Hey everybody, welcome to Fab Garage. Yes sir, that is MuckFabGarage.com. MuckFabGarage.com. So hey, so give you a real quick, I know it doesn't look like much has been going on, but I left my vacuum cleaner out here. Whoops. Haha. So Jacob has went and installed the vent hoses, guys, where they belong, and has started wiring in the parts for the turn signals, trying to figure that out, how it's going to go into the dash. The what else we got going on? The radio's got to be wired, the pot switch for the dial boost dial, and our USB charger plug-in boy, and the wiring that will go up in here to the dash for the AC controls, climate controls, that replaces the old stuff. Super happy with everything that's going on right now. And yeah, it's not that Jacob doesn't want to show you this. It's just that he's ducking so many chicks right now that he can't be seen on video. So, well, talk about Sasquatch. Look how nice my rear end looks. Alright, wrapping up the wiring. Well, wrapping up, we're part way there. And before, what I had is I had a ground strap. The battery was right up here, and I just grounded it to this big old bolt that was sticking out of the suspension right there. But because the cables run to the other side, I needed a place to tie it into the front suspension and the engine and make a nice ground post. So what I did was I welded a bolt right there so we can come right out of the firewall, go down, ground this main part of the chassis, and we'll also ground the body on the inside, make a nice little ground post in there, and that will give us our go. So what I did was I just took a stainless steel, 304 stainless steel bolt, and I ground the head off of it and welded it up there, and that way I can leave it unpainted and don't have to worry about it rusting in the future. Jacob has been busily working. You see he's got his joint over there smoking on the wiring, which looks a lot better than the stuff that I had going on. It's nice. So you know how I'm always talking about if you're a welder, everything becomes a welding problem. It is. I'm sure that applies to every field, but here I decided I'm going to water cool the wastegate. But long story short, all they had was these little AN boys, these like 3 AN to super small. It must be like quarter 20 ORB is what I'm guessing. And I don't have anything that small, nor do I have a way to plumb it back in unless I buy some kind of weird adapter. So what I did is I just cut off, boop, the ends of these little ORB fittings. And I cut off the little, what do you call it? It's a barb from our 1/8 inch stainless steel barb fittings, and we're just gonna make our own barbs. So really, it'd probably be easier, cheaper, just to get on Amazon or whatever and buy the adapter we need. But we're just gonna zap it, and we don't have to wait for anything. So anyway, just ways to inconvenience yourself and make your life harder by using the skill sets you have, fellas. You're probably wondering, how do we do this? How do you weld such a small thing together? Well, bam, just like that. Pull, stick this guy on, make sure we got the right side up. Same with that. And now all we gotta do is run a bead around it. Super easy. Right, Jacob?
What's up?
Yep. Hey, don't talk bad about my zits. I don't know. You guys are stressing me out. That's why I got them in the first place. So bam, there we go. ORB, tiny ORBs to tiny barbs made. Final reassembly. So it's kind of funny because I'm actually posting those videos now. Final reassembly videos. And I'm not too terribly off. Like maybe a couple weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. So we're not terribly far behind, and we are terribly close to getting this guy up and running. So that's exciting. We got to get this dash in, our little air conditioner controller guy, and I got to make a battery So I was going through all the crap that was in the trunk, and there was all this black metal stuff, sheet metal stuff and whatever that came with the air conditioner guy, and none of it fit. And in a rage, I just threw it all away. Well, one of those things was the battery hold down bar, so we get to remake that. But it'll be fun. And yeah, we'll get this hose ran. It'll take like 2 seconds, and then we'll get this battery hold down guy. We might fill the engine with fluid, see how it does. All right, wastegate coolant stuff done. Flipping the camera around. So yeah, it's down in there with wires and stuff hooked up to it, and lines and all that good stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to check the engine. I would like to just fill it up and be done, but we're waiting on our lower pressure sensor. So I just put this one in, kind of plug the hole, and we're going to hook up our coolant system fill thingy. And this is, you get these on eBay and Amazon for like not a whole lot of money at all, but they're pretty cool. And what they do is they use the compressed air to draw a vacuum on your system, and that way you can know, just like evacuating a AC unit. You can pull a vacuum, let it sit for a while, and then you know if you have any leaks. And the nice thing is it'll let you know right away if you have like some kind of super gross leak, so you can figure out what you don't have plugged up. So that's what we're gonna do. Out there. All right, you guys want to zoom in and see me totally fill? I mean, that's why we're all tuning in anyway, right? All right, so if everything goes well, that gauge should go up into the green and stay up into the green. If things go badly, it will do nothing. But first we got to turn on the air compressor. We're not going to accomplish anything with no air compressor. The air compressor is on, and let's go for vacuum. Okay, so we got a huge leak because we're not even moving. We're not even moving the... Into troubleshooting mode. The first thing that we tried, we have failed miserably. And since that's what most people tune in for, I am glad that we could provide that entertainment. It's not very entertaining to me. I am suffering from anxiety because I hate when shit like this happens. Alright, what do we got here? I have no idea how to use this, but let's see if we can figure it out. I guess this hooks up here. That makes sense. This guy goes on now. And then what, tighten? Okay. Okay, so we threw the vacuum guy on it, and we had a gross vacuum, as you guys saw. And then we threw our pressure system checker guy on there. And what that did is pressurize the system so we could then go looking for those leaks. So actually the big leak was super easy to find. It was just a fitting that wasn't tightened down on the air conditioning unit, and that took like 3 seconds to fix. And then things got a little bit more complicated because we pull a vacuum, or we would put pressure in the system and it would just barely bleed off. So it wasn't keeping a seal, but it wasn't making any noise, so we could kind of locate. So we actually had to running around with a bottle of Windex, spraying random stuff to find out what was actually the issue. And there was two issues. One of them was completely my fault. When I blew a hole in the top of the water pump for the fitting, because I blocked off the stock locations, I just kind of rammed through a 3/8 inch NPT tap, and I didn't really spend much time walking it in there and checking the depth, and I blew it in too deep. So the fitting had a small pinhole leak in there. So we had to go in there and put a little sealant on that guy, which took me forever to find. And the two holes on the wastegate in the very front where they actually drill the water ports inside them, very, very small holes, have little set screws or cap screws, little Allen head boys that go inside there. Well, they're not sealed with any kind of Loctite, so they leaked through there. I pulled them out. I looked at the tile, whatever you call it, valve we had, and noticed obviously one has Loctite and the other one doesn't. So I pulled them out, threw a little bit of a little bit of Loctite in that guy, and threw it back on, and we haven't had any problems, and the system holds pressure, vacuum, no leaks, etc. But it took me forever to sort through that. So in the meantime, while I was wetting the sealant dry around that 3/8 MPT barb that I found, I went ahead and just made the battery hold down guy. While we wait for our patch, our less than optimal patch to dry, we'll go ahead and make this battery box thing. I think the smart way to do it is just weld these guys onto here. I'll probably notch those out a little bit so this will fit in there, weld a little bit better, and that way it should give it plenty of strength, because it is nice and strong. Good old angle. I think these are aluminum. We'll find out when we go to weld them, huh? So what we're doing is we just eyeballed our little thing here, and it looks like we need probably a couple inches of this and whatever it takes to connect a couple inches, and that's what we'll do. So no real magic here. We just gotta, what I'll do is clean it up real quick with the tube polisher and get those two pieces cut out, lay them in there, figure out what we need of this, and bam. It's not really rocket science, right? It's not really rocket science, right? Those guys are aluminum, just in case you didn't know. I know, you probably know. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the guy that doesn't know. Don't be a dick. There's people that don't know. So that is where we're at, and that'll be easy to weld. Just be careful when you're if you use that bit, that big chunky bit, and maybe you saw, I don't know if it showed up in the camera or not, but it zings aluminum off there. You want to have a very light and deliberate hand. I know you know, of course you know. There's no need to go in the comments and be like, dude, I already know. I know you know. We all know you know. But this is for the people that don't know. Light hand with that. Be very precise and very light. When it bites, it just sends it. And you always want to use gloves, because boy, if that thing gets your thumb, That's hot. Just in case you guys were wondering. How hot? Like that hot. Like massacred my glove kind of hot. Remember, boys, you can't melt metal without getting it hot. Unfortunately. Are you guys getting dizzy yet? Why are you dizzy? I'm not dizzy. Strange. Everybody always complains about the camera. Whoa, Jesus. Okay. It's hilarious when you're 12. When you're 48, it's not so fun. All right, here we go. It is on there. She is nice and secured, and we even topped it off with some fancy titanium studs that we sell, again, on the website, monkeyfabgarage.com. But yeah, we got it in there nice. I really haven't thought about what I need to do next. Mostly it's just wiring pieces, but it was good to mess with the cooling and find those leaks. It would suck to be the guy to think that, hey, I got it all, I did it all perfect, right? Best to dig in there. I know I didn't do it perfect. I'm not a perfect type person. So it's good to go ahead and find those things, take care of them, because it's Saturday and I don't got anything else to do except work on this car. So we dug through those, and when it's time to actually fire it up, that's one less little thing that's going to creep up and bite us in the butt. Same with the battery tie down boy over there. And I'm going to put the camera down and look for more things to do. And if you dig what you're seeing and you'd like to support me, my family, and our employees, drop by monkeyfabgarage.com. That's monkeyfabgarage.com. Monkeyfabgarage.com. We got all kinds of turbo fabrication stuff. One thing I'm really excited about is we just added, we teamed up with Varin over at VS Racing, and we're able to cut some pretty decent deals. So we got some turbo starter packages. Might come with a flange, you know, the turbo, obviously. Flange. I mean, basically, if you buy like one of Varin's next gen 78, 75s. You're so tense, Mike. Then you get basically like a billet flange for free. But you can upgrade from there. You can get like the wastegate stubs, and you can add on, I don't know, bluff valve, wastegates, all that stuff. And we're going to have it for the big T6 as well. But it'll have all the, so if you know, all the collectors we sell on the website, they'll be available there as like a drop down package. And it'll be, there'll be a pretty good discount there if you buy the whole thing as a package, other than, if you went the other way and just kind of bought it one by one. It'll help everybody save some money. So if you're getting ready for that winter build season and you're thinking about, hey, upgrading a turbo or a new turbo, and you know you're going to be fabricating all this stuff, be sure to drop by, go to monkeyfabgarage.com and check out collections. If it's not in the collections, then just hit more, and then it'll pop down in the next collections. I don't think the front page shows all the collections, but I appreciate you guys dropping in, checking out the video. And until next time, this is Mike from Monkey Fab signing out.